So in this segment, we're going to be talking about how Brexit has turned Europe's biggest fish market in Peterhead into a ghost town. So it's fairly obvious why this has happened. A lot of this fish would have been exported to the EU, and no doubt there would have been a lot of workers from the continent, from Europe, working in places like this to process fish, and both of those have gone essentially. Europe's biggest fish market is like a ghost town because of the devastating impact of Brexit, a food industry boss has warned. A stark image of the vast site at Peterhead in northeast Scotland shows the effect of Boris Johnson's trade deal after leaving the EU, it was claimed. It comes one day after the Scottish seafood exporters parked a convoy of lorries in the heart of Westminster, where the government faced a massive backlash. James Withers, chief executive of Scottish Food and Drink, said the image was taken today at around 5 a.m. when the market is underway. This is a crisis, he warned. It was warned about for weeks, and now we're going through a live test for a trade with the EU, and it's going wrong. Systems in the UK and France aren't talking to each other. I mean, they really are, so that's not the issue. And frankly, it's a myth. Any red tape has been cut. The exact opposite is happening, which is true. I believe they have to show, you need vet certificates among multiple other things for the fish to go to France successfully. Yesterday, around 50 trucks arrived in London, angry at the disruption to exports. One truck was emblazoned with Brexit carnage, while another one said incompetent government destroying shellfish industry. Not the most catchy thing in the world, but fair enough. As they parked up just metres from Downing Street, Scotland's fishing industry was told to expect a sea of opportunity after leaving the EU. Senior figures in Scottish Fishermen's Federation promoted the slogan despite fears, or deep fears, for the supply chain, inshore fishers and exporters. Within 2 weeks of officially leaving with a trade deal, Federation Chief Elpeth MacDonald was accusing the Prime Minister of giving them the both of worst worlds. So again, this statement here, the worst of both worlds, is it's not an intelligent statement, because if they're saying that the EU still has access to our waters, and the fact that we've lost kind of Europe as a market because of export checks, they're going to argue that that's the case. It's the worst of both worlds. But if we didn't give the EU fishermen access to our waters, just like we benefit from fishing in their waters, there would have been tariffs on the exports, which would have put the fish prices up between, I think, around 5 and 30%. So this argument that they make the worst of both worlds, I vehemently disagree with it. The bosses of a Brexit-backing Scottish fish organisation have told Boris Johnson his trade deal leaves the industry with the worst of both worlds. She slammed a desperately poor deal, which is not what you promised the fishing industry. He was never going to get that, because Brexit didn't live within reality. It was a fallacy. It was based in a fiction. You weren't, why would the EU surrender, the waters that it had fished in historically? EU fishermen. Why would the EU betray their own fishermen? It doesn't make sense. What kind of government would do that? A British one. The Federation said the industry faces mounting financial losses since the Brexit deal they campaigned for was finally delivered. Irony. Dominic Raab, the UK Foreign Secretary, claimed that on Sunday that the delays to fishing exports were just teething problems, which we know aren't the case. How the hell do teething problems last a whole year? Like, anyone who believes these are clowns, and anyone who is part of this fishing federation that backed Brexit, if I was a part of that federation, I'd be going straight to the chief and saying, what the hell were you thinking? Why did you get us to back this deal? Why did you get us to back Brexit? And I would probably leave and join a Remainer one, because these guys are not going to help you, because they still believe Brexit can still be a success. They probably believe in some fiction that the UK can get back our territorial waters and have the EU as a market to trade in without the problems, without things like vet checks and health checks, etc., that we need to export the fish, rules of origins. It's not going to happen. The EU won't do that. It's stupid for anyone to think the EU would have made such a move. Very naive, but that's what these Brexiteers were, the ones that voted to lose their biggest export market. But I'm sure you can export the fish to, emerging markets like, like Bangladesh. Oh wait, they have access to more fish. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Ghost town. Absolute ghost town. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Another great example of people voting against their best interests. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.